Today we are making a science experiment with art. We will need paint, we will need vinegar with a pipette or a dropper like this, and we are also going to need baking soda. We're also going to be making our art on these acrylic boards. On the back they have a label, and you'll write your name on the back so we know whose is whose. Then we can flip it over and we can begin starting our science art. So the baking soda is going to mix in with our tempera paint. So you can pinch it with your fingers and add it directly to the paint, making sure that there's still more paint than baking soda because we don't want it to be a dry, icky mess. Then you're going to take your brush and you're going to swirl around the paint with the baking soda and then paint on the board. There doesn't have to be any certain way you have to paint the board unless you want to, but I would choose a color scheme of paint that you like. So I'm doing warm colors plus green, and I'm just going in and adding my colors all around. You want to make sure that you have colors going in little spots, because that's going to make your art look more interesting. The more colors there are, the more opportunities they have to blend together. Make sure you get the edges of your acrylic board, and you want to cover the entire thing with paint. You don't want to leave blank spaces. Once your board is covered in paint, it's time for the science experiment. We're going to take our pipette, squeeze it at the tip, and release it as it's in the vinegar so it fills up with that liquid. Then you're going to drop it onto your painting, especially focusing on where the colors meet. So where the white meets the green, where the red meets the orange, and you will slowly see over time it will bubble up and fizzle on top of the painting. If you want even more fizzle, you can go back and grab a pinch of baking soda and put it on top of your picture, making sure not to put too much so that it covers up the paint, but just enough for you to have a little bit more fizzle. Then you can go back, squeezing the pipette, adding vinegar, and have more of these magical science experiments. What is happening is called a chemical reaction. The baking soda and the vinegar react with each other, making that fizzle, and it pushes the paint away. The longer you let the vinegar sit on your painting, the cooler it will look. If you're finished painting and dropping, you can always go back and add more little details, and you can watch how it changes. Once you're happy with it, you can carefully take it over to the drying rack to dry, and then you can start to clean up.